Welcome back. We're continuing the 200 days Minecraft Bedrock survival journey, and the world is really starting to take shape now. Let's get to it.
Expand it in the future, but this is the size I want right now. I continue with the bottom layer of deep slate tiles underwater. While doing so, it was raining as well as thundering. Very scary weather means I go to bed. Once that was finished, I checked on the carrot farm and no carrots. It's probably broken because it's too close to where they believe their home is. That'll be solved at a later time because the wall isn't finished. Back with the villagers, I begin to complete their entrance. This part won't be an entrance anymore as I planned it to be. Instead, it'll be a window in the wall and I'll build an actual entrance up top with the extended space. I break open the wall and outline it with deep slate tiles. I'll need some glass, so I gather some sand before night falls. Day 139, I expand the cherry roof and walls, plus detail the interior similar to how I did previously. I took down the fence, placed in the windows, and now the villager's home is complete besides an adjustment on the real entrance. Back to the wall, I add in stripped cherry logs. I'm doing this to add some depth and color. Too bad Bedrock doesn't have the Java offhand. This could go by much faster. I'm all out of wood yet again. I won't delete the trees I planted earlier. Those are just there for the cherry biome feel of the base. Day 142, I get one of my first jump scares of the world. Both iron axes have broke. My diamond axe is also on its last leg. I finish up with every log in place and go through with deep slate walls to add just a little more detail. Here's the final look on the retaining wall. I may eventually extend it out that direction as well as that direction connecting to what I want to do there. And I think another really cool thing I can do in the future is once I have some builds up there, I can give them some basements and put more windows like that one in spots like this. A bridge and dock will also be added in, as well as a staircase going up, but that'll have to wait till the dock is finished. Next up is filling in this hole with dirt that'll become grass. Usually it can be a big problem getting enough dirt to fill in something this big. Luckily for me, I've done a lot of terraforming so far and I have 3 double chests full of dirt, so it won't be a problem. A couple days go by, getting to day 147 where we have this entire layer of dirt. Next up, I add some height to the walls so it lines up with the grass up here. Polished deep slate with cherry wood. The fence will be made out of, well, fences with some wood and slabs in the mix.
At this point, the base is really starting to evolve from just a survival setup into something much bigger. You can see the player focusing on structure, adding walls, entrances, and improving the overall layout. Even though the carrot farm isn't fully working yet, these kinds of systems take time to perfect, especially when dealing with villagers.
This retaining wall has come out very nice, and it honestly didn't take as long to build as I thought it would. I only used around 35 stacks of dirt for this. On my way to get even more wood, I checked the auto farm chest and was very happy when I saw carrots. That means this farm works and will be expanded on. Days 148 and 149 were all about cherry wood. If you remember, day 50 of this world wasn't very special, and that means day 150 won't be either. It was really just spent doing the chores of Minecraft, crops and animals. I want Fortune 3 so I can mine the diamonds from earlier. The enchantment available for the diamond pickaxe was Unbreaking 3, meaning there's a pretty fair chance that Fortune comes with it. I used the only XP farm I currently have and got to level 30. This zombie was also trying to gain XP, but this is a carrot farm, goofball. I do the level 30 enchantment and get the near perfect pickaxe. Fortune 2 is such a letdown. That being said, I will still go and mine those diamonds. There are 41 diamonds down there. How many do you think I'll have after using this Fortune 2 pick? The answer is 75. That's a lot of diamonds, but honestly not a great ratio. It's fine as I'll be able to finish off my diamond armor and tools.
This is a big moment in the progression of the world. Getting Fortune on a pickaxe, even if it's only Fortune 2, makes a huge difference when mining diamonds. You can already see the impact with how many diamonds are collected. This is usually the stage where players move from surviving to actually progressing fast.
Day 153, I start building a dock. Before I begin, this drown hopped in a boat and started to burn. I of course saved him and I was thanked by not being attacked. I start with collecting the sugarcane in front of my house, then craft 31 campfires. I'll use these for the spruce side of the dock. I then build out 5 blocks following the edge of the surface. I'll go through and rough this up soon. I just want to get the layout ready first. I add these spruce logs surrounding this first platform, then place barrels on top. Hopefully these are far enough from the villagers so they don't become fishermen. Now I'll go through and break parts of the dock at random so I can place in trapdoors for a broken look. I was also going to add campfires, but they didn't place as I thought they would. What I do instead is go with cobblestone slabs. I place in snuffed campfires and have the idea to keep them as is. They make it look flashy and medieval, plus over here it really shows the divide between the two sides of the base. I then break the inner outline of grass and fill it in with cobblestone. Trapdoors will be used as a slight fence around the dock. It's very split up and uneven. Random fence placements will also go on the inner layer. The final look at the spruce dock before a possible extension in the future. Now onto the cherry base dock. I go out 9 blocks instead of the 5 from the other side. While building, I found a skeleton who didn't know how to swim. On top of that, arrows don't work underwater, so Mr. Skeleton had to revert to punches. Day 157, I finished the base of the dock. The pilings here will be 4 stripped cherry logs, 2 deep slate walls, and a slab. On day 158, the rain started to fall again. As long as there's no thunder, I'm fine. I love how this looks so far. Deep slate tile slabs will be a border for the dock with cherry fences going around. The lighting will be done with torches. I don't have enough iron for lanterns and I'd like to use seed lanterns, but obviously haven't made it that far yet. There will be 2 main ways to get up to the top. The first will be a staircase going up inside the wall here. Cherry wood stairs surrounded by deep slate. 6 blocks up, we have a turn in the staircase. By nightfall, I made it to the surface. I broke a hole in the wall to add a window. I also make a small room from the staircase for no other reason than being pretty cool. This way up is mostly ready to go, besides the detailing and the building up top. The second entrance will go here and it'll be a water elevator. I don't have the resources to build it just yet, but very soon. This is the updated look at the beginnings of the cherry base. I've been talking about building a bridge connecting both sides for a while now, but as I look at each base, I really want to keep them separate from each other. I really like the idea of 2 rival bases being built separate ways.
This is where the creativity really starts to show. The 2 different sides of the base, spruce and cherry, give the world a really unique look. Instead of blending everything together, the player is actually keeping both styles separate, which makes the base feel more interesting and alive.
I see that my diamond axe can get efficiency 4, so I waste no time getting some XP and get the enchantment. No unbreaking 3 is sad, but either way, this axe will be very fast. The lava farm is now at full speed. Since I don't have enough iron for a lot of buckets, I'll just make a hole to hold the lava temporarily. I'll need quite a lot for what I plan to do. Let's put this axe to use and chop some trees. I'm not low on spruce wood right now, but I do want to gather a lot of saplings to expand the spruce forest. After using up nearly a stack, I didn't make much progress, so I ran over to an unexplored spruce forest. On day 164, I see a massive taiga biome surrounding a pretty big birch biome. Time to cut away. On day 165, my diamond axe was very weak. Not having unbreaking 3 really shows. I was able to get 2 stacks of saplings along with 9 stacks of spruce wood. The rest of the day I planted away. I was in his way, so he made me pay. This zombie decayed, so he hit my leg. This base is looking great. This base really is coming along nicely. I'll now be fixing my axe, but instead of using a regular axe, I'll enchant a new one to combine the two. I wanted Unbreaking 3, but will accept Efficiency 3 to combine with my Broken Axe to get Efficiency 5. Little did I know that's not how it works. I knew 2 Efficiency 4s could get you Efficiency 5, but I also thought a 4 plus 3 could get you a 5 as well. Apparently, getting an Unbreaking 3 enchantment is very rare for an axe. Unbreaking 1 will have to do until I begin villager trading. I also name my tools. Something I don't really ever do, but since I plan to have this world long term, there we go. I'm low on deep slate again, so I will strip mine. Again. 18 stacks of deep slate and 35 diamonds later, I was finished. My supply is looking pretty healthy with just under 2 stacks. I now head to the Nether to gather soul sand for a water elevator. I'm hit before I even load in, and these zombie pigmen see how unfair that was. I'm not wearing any gold, and it shows here as these 3 had problems. A straight path like this in Bedrock means there's almost no way I lose. I gather the soul sand from the fortress and leave. There will be no dilly-dallying in the Nether. although this glowstone looks extra bright today. I loot a chest I missed the first time I was in the Nether and was reminded to not waste time. I really just want to get out of here. The excitement of escaping the Nether.
The player is setting up more advanced systems like the water elevator. These kinds of builds might seem small, but they actually make moving around the base much faster and more efficient. It's details like this that slowly turn a survival world into a fully developed base.
I forgot I built this dock here. I really do love feather falling 4. The last thing I need for the elevator is kelp. I take flight and soar to the ocean. I make it home with my wings low on health. I have not forgotten about my lava. For some reason, I didn't grab much kelp, so I had to plant some here. Day 170, I build the entrance for the staircase. I start with getting the corners in place, then a base of deep slate tiles. Just like the retaining wall was built, I switch over to polished deep slate. There will be 2 separate heights to this building. I think this is a good way to make the build look nice and make up for the uneven footing. The roof is done with an outline of deep slate tiles and cherry stairs. Day 172, now that the structure is done, I detail the build. I place everything evenly across. On day 173, I finished the first entrance. Onto the second entrance, I'll build this bubble elevator. I use walls and trapdoors to make it look nice, plus this glass through the middle of it. The water elevator, aka entrance 2, is built and good to go. Since I've been focusing on these entrances, let's do that some more with the dock. I'll just break out a couple sections following the same pattern. Here's another updated look at the cherry base's progression. I go through and change the way I'm holding this lava because it's pretty difficult to see how much I've collected. There are 2 changes I want to make to the enchantment room. One has to do with the floor, and for that I need a lot of lava, but the other is the surrounding build. These trees don't grow how I want them to, so I'll be making a change. I start with attacking the trees while grabbing some leaves. As I was beginning to build, I find this pink sheep. I know how suspicious this looks. I have access to infinite pink dye, but I did not dye this sheep. I go to grab some wheat to keep the sheep contained, and when I get back, pink sheep is gone.
Looking at the journey so far, the biggest thing is how the world keeps evolving step by step. From basic survival to farms to villagers and now advanced systems, everything is starting to come together. If you made it this far in the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to support the channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.